I'm building things. Pardon the television. My son's watching YouTube. So, clippity clip time. So this is my last unboxing. So I'm just taking off all the bits. This is a video you can just put on and listen to. Hopefully not the television too much. Why would aliens come to Earth? It makes no sense, does it? It wouldn't be to eat us, because we're not really the best sort of meat and protein, are we? We're probably not the best workers, to be fair. We don't work. You can't really see people work and work and work and work and work. We're kind of pretty much mentally not fit for it. So why would you come to Earth? We wouldn't come to Earth for the water, because it'd be easy just to take the water from one of the moons of Jupiter. There's an oceanic water moon full of ice, and there's lots of ice in the outer solar system. So, and you can make water if you've got hydrogen. Hydrogen's quite abundant in the universe, not very abundant on Earth. But, there's nothing really on Earth that's super rare. Maybe oil, but you wouldn't come to Earth for the oil really, because it's just not gonna be worth the expenditure. So why would you come to Earth? There's no reason, is there? And then they wouldn't really fight with us, would they? If you think about it, if you can travel faster than the speed of light, the energy required to do that is immense. So they've probably got a cannon that could probably incinerate all living things on the planet. Flick of a switch. Or destroy cities at a flick of a switch. You know, it would make our nuclear weapons just look like pea shooters. So there'd be no war between people and aliens. So what would be their nefarious reason? Maybe they come to be friends. Which is quite possible. I mean, let's be fair. I would travel quite a few miles to go and see a mate. But I wouldn't be prepared to travel a few miles just to punch someone in the face, for example. But maybe that's just me. Anyway, there's a lot of this, as you can see. I think this terrain, although it's just for the He-Man game, I can see me using it occasionally for other games, like a few space games and such. Even some fantasy games might be quite good for it. This reminds me of Katachan, this bit. Look at that. So if you're an alien, why would you come to Earth?
Mummy, I can't get to there.
That's the thing. One day I'll have a studio. But I need more subscribers first. So these are coming out. It's quite hard plastic, this, to be fair. So, some really cool bits. I'll show you this bit in a second. Look at that. Maybe aliens are coming to our planet for cheese. Llama I like Marmite. Marmite and Guinness. Not at the same time, because that would just be weird. This is the last one of this. So what I've got to do when I've done these is I'm probably going for a bit of a rest from the terrain copying and chopping. Go and build the T-Rex, which is here. And the idea of that, so get that built, and then if the weather changes, it's incredibly rainy outside, is get that undercoated. And I've got some night shifts next week, and if I'm feeling up to it, I'll try and get some painting done. Oh, I'll probably get really cheesed off and right, getting there. Clippers are the best way of doing this. Please don't try and twist it off, because it's a hard plastic, it'll leave some really horrible divots. And I'm going to paint this train. So one of the things with this game is that the releases are quite well planned up ahead. So I know what's coming out in November, and I know what's coming out in December, and the amount of stuff coming out there and then is, it's not crazy, it's a manageable amount, and the prices are generally really good. I think it's a good value for money sort of game. So the game we're talking about, of course, is Masters of the Universe Battlegrounds. It's a nice little game, nothing too complicated. There's a lot of tactics in there if you're competitive, and if you just like to throw a few dice and move things around and make a lot of mistakes, then you're like me and you will enjoy it. So this comes pre-off the sprue, so whoever's taken it off the sprue hasn't done the best job. So it's going to take a bit of cleaning that. So for cleaning, I'm going to have to use a knife. As you can see, it's just not. So this is an emery board from Poundland. You don't have to spend huge amounts of money in this hobby. In fact, the less you spend, the better the hobby is, I tend to find. Having all the stuff is kind of an aim, but it doesn't improve the hobby or the experience, to be fair. Sometimes you end up too much and you get kind of hobby bloat. Oops, forgot that. There's a little arrow there. I've started to try to shave off because I'm an idiot. You think you'd learn from your mistakes, because I did that on the last one I did, the Skeletor's cat, which somebody on Facebook kindly picked up for me as a ninja shopper at a show. So I've got a Skeletor and his cat. So there's some special models like that which are really good. It's a shame they're not generally available, but people seem to be getting hold of it, so it doesn't seem to be detrimental to the game. I'm not really one for special things for games where you just can't get hold of it normally. It's kind of elitism, isn't it? And it doesn't make any sense when it's plastics, because plastics you want to kind of sell as many as possible to get your mold costs back. I tend to use a circular motion here, just to get a little bit smoother, otherwise you end up with like filing lines. I mean, generally, I hope that the painting covers most of it up. I'm definitely not a perfectionist. You heard of this slap shop, whatever it's called, painting style at the moment. I was watching a video of that, and it's kind of an overcomplicated version of what I do. And it takes twice as long. And yeah, so don't ask. But yeah, slap shop is kind of it's an interesting way people are painting. I always thought that people kind of painted like that anyway. So to be fair, if you want to get something painted and you want it done quick, what I suggest is get your basic colours down, and then dry brush the entire model with padded flesh, and then add your metallics afterwards, and then just give the thing a good old wash of slightly watered down. I've actually been starting to use a bit of the contrast medium, or just use normal medium. So use that to water down your Agrax flesh, or if you want more of a darker, go Noel oil. Use that to water it down a little bit. Paint it all over. Job done. And the padded flesh is a really interesting one because it's just off-white. So what happens is that it kind of just slightly shows through as a highlight. And it looks like you've gone through and highlighted the model. Works fantastic on flesh, and it kind of works on all colours, even black. I literally painted a whole army in black, dry brushed it all with padded flesh, pulled out the metals where I wanted it, and then I gave it an ink wash of the knoll, sort of slightly weakened, and it came out really, really good. Right, I need to find some instructions now. Where are the instructions? How to build it. Because typical me, I started cutting off bits I didn't need to. Right, 1 and 2. Okay. So, screws have got numbers on them, which is always good, and they've got little arrows pointing in the direction. That's really nice actually, so I don't know if you better see that. I'm going to try and bring it up to the camera. So where my finger is, there's a number. I got a dirty finger now, I do apologise. There's a number and a little arrow next to it, and that points to the part. So that's 3, which we don't want. This one over here is number 1. Clip. Check twice, cut once. Now, there's 2 ways you can do this. You can either clip up to the model like I'm doing here because I've got nice sharp clippers, or if you've got not such hard plastic as this, and the plastic tends to show where you've cut, you cut away from it, so you cut up here, cut away from further up the sprue from the model, and then once the model's removed from the sprue, you can then cut those little bits of supports that are left off with a knife very carefully. Takes a bit longer. So I've kind of done it on this bit here, so I cut away from the model a bit, just so I can get a flat line here, because everyone looks at the head, so they tell me. Yeah. Now this video would be live, but you need to have 50 subscribers to go live.
I'm gonna get the camera.
Alec! So you need 50 subscribers to go live, which was the plan for this video. So if anyone wanted to sit with me and just chat whilst I was doing this, that's what we could have done. But YouTube only likes to help those people that have got lots of followers, rather than people who just want to share what they're doing. So I need more followers, which is rubbish. Right, so that's all cleaned up. We'll move on to the next piece now. Now, unlike the terrain, I'm going to do the pieces, clean them up, glue them on before I move on to the next bit. Whilst with the terrain, you just kind of put it all off and do it in batch mode. I've also got to work out how I'm going to undercut the terrain. So, do I go like the original terrain and go for a black undercoat first and work it from that, which was really quick and easy, or it looks like on the instructions, go for a wraith bone or a brown undercoat, and then work up sort of like some more earthy colours. Alright, that's it. Right, okay. And this bit goes in here apparently. Yeah, there's more like a tail bit there, so let's have a look. According to this, that there is not a piece of armour. I'm quite blind, so I can take that off. Later I couldn't have, but there we are. We take this. Can you two not fight, please?
I did not fight them.
Children, do you want to buy some? Yeah. Oh, I see. It goes like that. Maybe I shouldn't have cut that bit off. Right, it's looking good. So that goes on like so. Get some glue. I'll put that bit back on. Is life hard, Sophie? Ah. That's it at all. When you put glue on, it's like a lubrication. So everything just slides. You okay, darling? What are you doing? Right, so that's all. Next bit is number 3.
Oh yeah!
There's not too many parts on these kits, which is quite good. There's not any options though, so you don't have like optional heads or optional ways of posing it, which is good and bad. But it kind of just, I don't know, for plastics it just seems that's what you should do. You should have options. Bit there. Do not ask what my child's watching. I have no idea. Some weird children's YouTube thing. Right, so that goes onto there like so in theory. That looks like a pretty good fit to me. Right. glue plastic glue as well. I used to use metal, what metal glue, super glue for everything. But as you in this hobby longer, you kind of go in phases of what you like to use. I kind of prefer using plastic glue now. But I used to use super glue so much. I quite like super glue because it kind of fills the gaps, but not the same way that super glue would. So this will fill the gaps and then it will shrink back a bit. Well, super glue seems to sort of just spread out and go crusty, and super glue is not the same as it was 20 years ago neither. I don't think it's as good. Probably health and safety. I used to put super glue on stuff and I used to blow on it and then it would go in my eyes and I'm like, ah, I can't see. Right, number 5. 6. It's going to be one of these legs, I know that. So there's an arrow there saying 4, so this one's number 5. It's quite hard seeing the numbers on the orange sprue, to be fair. But all the stuff for the Masters Universe game come coloured for the faction. So it looks like orange is the faction of nobody. So it's like the an NPC faction. He-Man faction is all, what colour was it? I think it was like a beige colour. And then the Skeletal faction is like a purpley blue colour. Now, I painted the first box. I'll try and show some pictures one day. So follow to see that. Yeah, so I painted the first box, so now I've got to paint the rest of it. Well, if I just kept it as it was, I could have just, yeah. But, to be honest, it's really nice stuff when it's painted as well, though. It really adds to it, in fairness. So I don't regret painting it, I just wish I wasn't so lazy. Right, so that goes that way. Tail goes down. This goes on there. It's a nice little fit. Looking good. Right, let's put a little bit of glue in there and let the glue do its magic. So put that on there. Squidge it in, take it off, let it dry for a bit. So you want the glue really to be sort of drying on each piece individually a little bit, just for a few seconds. Then you get a better bond. Right, now you can do that. Voila. Especially around big joints like this. Right, there we go. Right, I guess it's going to be the next leg. Yes, it's the next leg. Oh, I should have done 4 before 5. Silly me. Oh well, it doesn't make any difference. I hope. I can't see how it would make any difference. Right. See? We make mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes. Sometimes we learn from our mistakes. Sometimes we keep repeating them. I think why aliens would come to this planet. Because it won't be for our technology, because, well, our technology is where it is. It's just not up to their technology, is it, in theory? I mean, what would we have technological compared to them? I mean, maybe our technology in electronics. How's this going? Aha, goes like that. Right, take it off. Give it a few seconds to bond. Bond, 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 bond. And let's stick it on. Couldn't quite find where it went to the first time I tried it on. Oh, now it's the head. Oh. To be fair, when you look at T-Rex and you look at dinosaurs, look at the whole hippopotamus skull and imagine that as a dinosaur. It would be an amazing aggressive looking dinosaur, the hippopotamus, from its skull. So you do wonder, did dinosaurs really just look like silly hippopotamuses with a few feathers? Imagine that. Silly hippopotamuses with feathers. Some dinosaurs had feathers, or quills, should we say. They were the precursor to feathers. And obviously when we say dinosaurs, that's kind of a couple 100 million years between different sorts of dinosaurs, really. I mean, apparently T-Rex would have never met Triceratops. But we always imagine Triceratops fighting T-Rex. Well, I do anyway, for my generation. The old films we used to watch. I'm sure it's the same now. I'm sure there's a few books with it, fighting each other. But, yeah. Okay, currently in front of me, I got Spider-Man versus Elsa. I don't think Disney would have signed up on that.
Don't throw some out! Just throw this. And look.
I didn't do it. I'm here.
Look.
Good boy, Alec, getting it going again. So, there's the head. And there's the body. It's got a tongue sticking out there, and that goes on there like so, I think. I pretty much know, but... Oh, I see. So, anyone making this, glue the head together whilst it's on the body. Not like I've done. So now I've got to prize it apart. It's like I didn't build loads of components and then try and put them together later, isn't it? Let's put some glue around here. That side goes on there.
Can you help me? I can't do it anymore.
What are you trying to do?
I can't.
Go down on the controller.
Oh yeah.
You remember I taught you what down was?
I press this button and
You got it upside down, that's why. Put the controller the right way up and it'll work. Go down now. You had the controller upside down, so down was up and up was down. Right, now it's little arms. Me. I'm actually quite looking forward to painting this one, actually, the dinosaur. I don't know why. I don't think it's something I've kind of painted before. I'm thinking some of these models would be really, really good for different games, like Stargrave and such. Even the board, maybe. I mean, if you ignore the hexes, and the terrain and the board would be really good for an alien planet. Or maybe you could pretend it's a virtual holographic universe that your characters are stuck in. So I think actually this box would be quite good even if you don't want to play Masters of the Universe game. I mean it's about 40 quid. I got it with discounts. And I got it from Firestorm Games down in Cardiff, and I had it delivered to the Newport store because that's not too far from me. So we usually go to Newport anyway for like a bit of shopping and stuff like that. So I thought, well, I'll get it delivered there, and I can just pop in. It's not really gonna. It's gonna save me some postage, really. Just might have to be at my convenience. But I wasn't really in a rush because when you've got kids, you're never in a rush. Don't you actually believe I'm actually building today? It's a rarity. Usually I've got to work wait until I'm on a night shift or something for a weekend shift. Build stuff. And I do that whilst I'm waiting for calls. Oh, look at that, he's quite cute. But there's still a gun to go on. And the gun goes there. I can't see where the gun goes. Oh, that's very tough. Right, okay. So. Right. Clean out the gun. Oh, I see. Okay. So. I think the gun goes there.
I don't have a table.
So, what we're going to do is put this on here, and I can finish then. And I'll just do a quick overview, and I'll be done.
I took my trousers off.
Okay, so the gun goes on the shoulder like that, I believe. If I've got it wrong, tell me in the comments. Tell me I'm a fool. And then this bit goes on there like so. Now I'm probably not going to glue him on the base. I'll probably paint him separate to the base. I don't know. Tough one. Yeah, I'm going to paint the base separately to the big beast. So what I'll do is this stub here I will glue to another base. Probably a bit of super glue or something. And I can snap it off. And then paint the base separately. And that'd be quite groovy.
This one's mine, okay?
So, and then what happens is in the game, so there's two games that use this model. One is the Something of Eternity, I can't remember what it's called. I've not got that game. It's not really one that's kind of hit my radar. So this here, and then that goes on like so. So you can use it on hex system, which is quite interesting. And if you watched the video previous that had the unboxing, it showed you a bit of the manual that shows you how the big bases work in the game. So this is the same size hex base as He-Man and his Battlecat use, and Skeletor and Panther. Yeah, I'm not a big He-Man expert by any means. I just kind of remember the bits that I've seen with my son on telly and what I used to watch back in the 1980s, which was a long time ago. It's amazing I can actually remember He-Man from the 1980s. Yeah, that was among my favourite toys. My favourite ones were we used to get these action figures the same size as Action Force, that were Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, and then yeah, all the other different Indians and stuff. And they were really cool. And there was only one shop I knew of that sold them, but they were kind of what you call a cheapy shop these days, and they don't exist anymore, unfortunately. So, yeah. I kind of like the Wild West, but I like space. I quite like fantasy, but I like space, and this is fantasy space, so it's perfect for me. Right. I think what killed He-Man was the He-Man movie.
Oh, I get it.
Right, there you are. That's that. You've got some nice big bits of terrain. Again, you don't have to just use it for the game. You can use it for other things. I'm going to go because I can smell food. And hear food being munched. And I'm hungry. And rather than eat a small child, I'm going to say goodbye. I'm going to say goodbye and I shall see you again. Thank you very much. Please, if you can, subscribe so we can do some live feeds. Like and give me some comments of things that you'd like me to do more of.